Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
This is One Piece episode 9 and 10. Gonna be meeting Usopp this episode. Classic character from the show called One Piece, the anime and manga known as One Piece internationally, here on the BOLDcast YouTube channel dedicated to One Piece. You can also find our other YouTube channel, which is not dedicated to One Piece, by looking in the description or going to the channel page, and it's linked there. You can see us react to other stuff other than One Piece. And you could also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/BOLDcast, where you can get 2 weeks ahead on One Piece, an uncut form, 1 week ahead in edited form. And since we post basically 1 episode per day of uncuts, you can get however many that would be, 14 episodes ahead of uncut. And then, what would it be, like 4 to 6, roughly? Or something like that. 4 episodes ahead, I think, technically? Yeah. No. 6 to 8. 6 to 8 is what it would be. 6 to 8 episodes, because we post in doubles for edits, right? For the edited version. So it's like 6 to 8, depending on the day, it'll be 6 to 8 episodes. Anyway, get a week ahead edits, 2 weeks ahead uncut reactions. You have to sync, by the way, just to be totally transparent about that. A lot of people think that, you know, we include the stuff. We do not include the video, except for a little bit at the start to help you sync up your own copy. Anyway, patreon.com/BOLDcast, get all those things and exclusive reactions. And by the way, huge value, both of our channels' patrons it's one Patreon for this and the other one. So you can get access to our other stuff on the other channel by going to the Patreon, and you get it all in one place. That's a pretty big value.
Let's watch One Piece, episode 9.
You don't even think I'm funny. I'm just doing this for myself. I'm just making a fool of myself for no reason. Well, this tastes weird.
Why would I want to taste it if it tastes weird?
It tastes different. Just take a sip of it.
I'm scared.
It tastes like arsenic. You're gonna die. Doesn't it taste weird?
Ew.
Doesn't it taste weird?
Yeah.
On a more related note, we still don't know when Shanks got the scar.
True.
Big mystery. This is way more of like a calm village type scenario than in the live action where it was like a bustling port town. Unless this is a different place. That looks like our house back there. Or it could be. I have a feeling Usopp's gonna be a lot less charming and a lot more fucking annoying in the anime. Because like in the live action, he was like a funny kind of, I don't know, like
you just
they're all like
an instantly lovable guy, and then it's just like.
Because in the live action, it's like all the characters are portrayed by like naturally charismatic people because they're actors who are like good enough at their craft to like be likable enough to be in that position. So. Eat nothing but fruit.
We need more than just these 2 shitty lifeboats.
Classic women, always overcomplicating shit. We need a cook and a musician.
Interesting.
I wonder who the musician is. Because they're foreshadowing Sanji.
Yeah. Usopp's screaming about pirates, maybe.
He's a
maybe
singer.
Counts. Wow, that guy really has a powerful voice.
It's like immediately evident that nobody listens to him. Nobody's coming out of their house. It's crazy there's no bell to ring. He just runs through town screaming like a moron.
Oh my god. Everyone is just so done. Oh, he's like making them try and fight him so that
he can be a warrior.
This is his only entertainment.
Or he just maybe not. Yeah, I think it's just that he just wants attention because he has no parents. Classic class clown type character. I never put it together until now we're watching in Japanese, but Uso means lie. Like Usotsuki means liar. Uso means lie. So Usopp, and then, yeah, I don't know. We're already learning a lot more about him.
That's my line.
He's asking me if he was lying. He's like, Uso Daro? Or what, are you lying? I can tell we're gonna love Usopp so much. We're definitely not gonna be super annoyed at him all the time.
I mean, to be fair, I would be absolutely running if Buggy was coming to my town.
They're really setting him up as like the kind of failure kid. Like,
Yeah, hanging out with all these like literal children.
he's a teenager, he's hanging out with all the kids. And
Yeah, it's really sad.
but not as like an inspiring figure to them, like as one of them, like the kid that he
Yeah.
kind of never grew up is the thing. But it's also tragic because obviously we know that he doesn't have any parents. His dad left him fucking Jing style. Oh, you sense children hiding in the bushes.
Oh,
Oh, or is it actually Usopp? Or is it the
Yeah.
kids and they're all skilled with the slingshot? Or is it something else entirely?
are there more children, or do they just have all of these?
To scare off pirates? Oh, it's just him, like, raising all
He's
this
just-
shit.
Yeah.
Trying to act like there's more behind him. Toyobu.
What? 80 million? Oh.
There were way more flags than just those 3 kids.
No, they ran through, set them all up, but they could only keep moving a couple of them.
Is that what pachinko means? Oh, he's like, oh, he's...
I thought they called you Captain Usopp.
What? This is exactly like Shizuo in Durarara. Oh, you tried... A hit like that would kill a guy, right? So that means whatever happens next is what you deserve, right? Oh my god. Usopp knew he fucked up when he saw the look of real pirates in his in his midst. It's like Clint Eastwood's stare down. Oh my god. This is a bit much. He's been holding this back for like 3 minutes.
He just immediately knows.
That's kind of crazy. Who's gonna pay for this? I guess they have money
They have a
now.
bunch of money.
They don't look the same at all.
Such an awesome shit.
Ooh. Kid Luffy's so funny. They kind of look alike.
I just knew that if my dad left me to be a hunter, then being a hunter must be the best thing ever.
Literally. Luffy's just fucking dying. Except he left me and my mom here to die. Unless that was a live action only thing. This is such a different vibe.
It is.
Like this town was, it was all like crazy shipbuilding and stuff and like a big...
Interesting.
The front stoop is like pretty much the same. I'm excited to see all the room with all the plates and all the different sets and everything. Jesus, he is a dead ringer. The casting was perfect. Look at that, he even does the thing. She's very pale. It seems way more of a like not as kind of a relationship in this.
Well, he also seems less suspicious though at the same time.
That's true.
Like he just seems like he's a very dedicated to his job butler guy. Just shatters the window.
She's so cute.
Cute.
These fucking kids. They're like Konohamaru and his buddies.
Inside, he's not there. Luffy's just eating this giant piece of meat.
Sora's just gonna scare him off.
Telling all his secrets.
Couldn't just hop the fence. Had to explode into the air. just into the ground.
That's fine for him, but what about everyone else? Ow! What about the children?
Give us a ship. Oh boy. He has big piles of shit on his coat. Got these zebra print shoes. What the hell is this? Who is this? What the hell was that?
Just a random guy.
What was that? What did you think of that one?
Very interesting how different
Very different.
the portrayal of Usopp is. I feel like in this in both he is like sympathetic and kind of sad, like as a character. But I do feel like in this he comes off as a little bit more annoying.
He's more of a joke.
I feel like
he is in the live action too. It's just a smaller part of the show.
I think also in the live action, I think they like the way that we see him as like a kid going like the pirates are coming, and then like as an adult, it's like the pirates are coming, and when they're like shut up, he like doesn't get any enjoyment of it. He's just like sad about it. Whereas here he's like, oh, it's a joke, and then they all chase him, and like it's kind of different because like in the live action, it's like you can tell that he wants people's attention, and he gets sad that he's not getting it because everyone just kind of ignores him at this point. Whereas here, people are giving him the attention. So it's kind of a different thing, and it's kind of like both are kind of like pathetic, I guess, in just in a different way.
Mm-hmm. They're portraying him as very he's very it's funny because his setup is like very Naruto-esque. Like he's got these kids following around, and like he's like, oh, I'm so awesome, but he's like not. Yeah. But these kids just think that he is and are like trying to learn from him. And he's very loud and annoying and blustering, and he'll have his chance to prove himself at some point, but. And his dad was, is a crazy what he wants to be, or like, a warrior, sharpshooter, or whatever. So like he aspires on that level to be like that, but he's kind of, he's hanging out with the kids. He's the king of he's not the king of his peers, or like the leader of his peers. He's a big fish in a small pond type thing, where, but he's not living up to his potential because he just, whatever. Mm-hmm. Because of his own problems in his life and everything. But I think it'll be his story will be really cool to see. He has a very shonen-y backstory, and I noticed that even in the live action as well. When they're all like stating their dreams or whatever, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be a great warrior, and I'm like, okay. And he's always trying to be like sort of Captain Usopp, and he's trying to like steal Luffy's thunder and everything, and he's trying to be the leader, and he's trying to be like a big shot or whatever, and he has a very like shonen protagonist sort of setup to all of this, and he's trying to save the princess and all this stuff, and it's just kind of funny. He's got a lot to live up to, kind of thing. He's got a big shoes to fill with like his dad being a big crazy pirate sharpshooter, whatever. I don't know. His character is very interesting, and it's not really that different from what we saw, but it's portrayed definitely differently. But it's gonna be. But there's already so much more to this story than there was in the live action, because it was less focused on like moving the plot forward so fast. Yeah. And they already made the connection between USOPP and Usopp. Mm-hmm. And it's cool. What else was I gonna say? Oh, and yeah, we mentioned it, but like the whole shipbuilding thing, it seems like she's just gonna be like, all right, thanks for helping me. As a reward, here's a ship. Here's a crazy giant ship. Whereas like in the normal, like it's in here, it's just she's rich. Like she's just rich. In the live action, I liked that they explained that they were like shipbuilders and they had a business,
and the whole village kind of revolved around.
Yes.
Like it was prosperous because this family owned
they like
this
worked it in
shipbuilding company that then like brought a bunch of people here and like had a bunch of jobs. So then there's like this like thriving community of people.
Yeah. Here it's just like she's the young lady. They're super rich. Maybe they'll get into the shipbuilding thing, but just they again, it comes from all the stuff we talk about with adaptation, where like everything's already set, and like, you know, when you're writing things for the first time, you don't know exactly where it's all going at the end of it, but like in hindsight, you can kind of rearrange things and put things together in a more cohesive way, and you know, adding that whole element to it. And we don't know if it's still there. It might still even be there once we get further into this little arc here. It'll be interesting to see how much more similar and how much more different it is, but wait, on the wall was just that picture that showed up when he was describing.
Oh, it like faded back into that picture.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought that he was like, you kind of think of like looking around the room using inspiration from what's around you and then making up a story, and he'd seen this picture when they were just hanging out and then went over there and told the story to her. I don't know. But then we got this guy with the fucking glasses. What is this about?
Like walking super weirdly and has like this crazy music going on.
I thought maybe it was USOPP, but maybe it's just nobody. Maybe it's set up for future stuff.
Yeah, well, we don't, like, there's so much different with the buggy stuff, so, like, we don't know, like, if this guy's gonna be the equivalent of that, like, lion tamer dude who, like, shows up preemptively and...
Just to kind of drag out the whole encounter, yeah. Maybe. Or maybe it'll be, like, kind of like how Mihawk was in the live action, where Mihawk kind of showed up and was... out of kind of nowhere and then set something up for way later. If this is gonna be his thing, he's, like, passing through, he's, like, this mysterious dude. And then he's gonna
find out more.
Drop some knowledge or something, and then we'll find out more about him later. Possibly.
We'll find out in the next episode. Leave a like and subscribe, and let's go.
Also, I think I just remembered, or I remembered while I was saying it, but I didn't want to like break up the flow of the conversation and the episode and everything. But the USO and USOPP thing was actually from a Patreon comment. I remember that somebody told me that. I didn't just think of it on the spot. I did notice it when I heard that, like, when they were saying USO over and over again, but the comment, I forget who left it, but the comment said the USOPP thing, but it was also an USO thing, but Aesop's Fables also portrayed it as well, because his thing is a very fairy tale thing. I also thought about this while we were talking about the whole shonen sort of aspect, and how he's very much like a shonen protagonist. He's very much like a fairy tale protagonist, where he, you know, all the stuff we talked about. But I think The Boy Who Cried Wolf was an Aesop fable, possibly, I think.
I've never heard of that before.
What? The Boy Who Cried Wolf?
Aesop Fables.
You don't know Aesop's Fables?
No.
That's where, like, all the fairy tales are, like, come from. It's like Grimm's fairy tales, but, like, not dark and crazy. It's, like, a bunch of classic, like, all the most famous. The Boy Who Cried Wolf is the most famous one, yeah.
That's cool.
So shout out to whoever told me that on Patreon.
I like how he just has no problem with immediately invalidating, like, anything someone else says. But why?
Is this the shipbuilder, maybe? I'm not looking. Maybe he's the shipbuilder and he saw that sheep, and then he's, like, gonna be inspired.
And he's gonna make a boat with a sheep on it.
What, are you just meeting for the first time?
Gets all pissed off because he's a captain.
Oh, she looks crazy there.
She needs to stay in the window. She's about to fall out.
Damn. That's gonna come in handy when he's in the crow's nest. Damn. Everyone's like deserved.
Well, now what? After you just punch this guy.
He's acting all scared. Captain. Your shoes are twisted.
You know, you keep saying that. But I want them to get invited to dinner. They'll hide behind her. But it's your favorite blue soup.
It's your favorite poison. We're gonna see a flashback. Ooh. It's the same guards. I was kicked off a ship. Definitely wasn't destroyed by the Navy. Dun, 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 dun. Literally invited a vampire into your home.
Yeah. They make him so convincing.
They
in this.
do, yeah. I think we're pretty much spoiling our editor at this moment, but because I don't think he watched the live action. Comes with the territory. My heart bleeds for you, my lady. They make him very good. What the fuck is this guy? This Michael Jackson moonwalking.
This is a JoJo character.
The stand user could be anyone.
Yeah. I was expecting him to just disappear behind that tree, like not come out the other side.
He's fully the shipbuilder, right? Like, it just makes too much sense. Dun, 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 dun. What
Yeah, he's so fast, even though he's going backwards.
Is this the musician, maybe, even? I don't even know. He's got, like, one of those beards that, like, pharaohs have in like, Egyptian tombs. A hypnotist? What? What the fuck is this?
Then go away. He's just doing it. He's a really good hypnotist. That's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, he's getting drunk on his own supply. What the what is he doing there? Who is this guy? Is his name Django? Whenever he gets depressed, he goes to the Hokage Great Stone Faces and just thinks about his dad. He drank all the time and he shot apples more times than I can count. He was so badass. Why do you care what he thinks? Oh, he's hypnotizing her. He's paying him to hypnotize her.
Oh. So he can steal all her stuff.
It's not poison. It's
well, it probably is because he's giving her medicine as well. I think this guy's here for like the final stage of the plan.
To like manipulate her into signing away her
Probably.
riches.
I will scream this out loudly in case anyone is around, while also remaining completely unsuspicious.
Ah, shit. He was trying so hard. That is a bad ring to it.
It's not an accident if it's planned, you idiot. Because that's not suspicious at all.
In a completely ordinary manner.
It's so wild because he could just kill her and then like steal all of her stuff and then like just leave because he's a pirate and has no reason to stay in this town, and the town people like can't come after him at all.
He set up a subordinate to be his double and faked his death.
Damn.
Shit. Right. He really does have two piles of shit on his jacket. Wait, really?
What about the mother?
The Black Cat Pirates. No, no, you can make it. You're gonna look up at him. Shit. My honest reaction.
Why are you like this?
Shit.
No!
Well, you have to fight this guy now?
He's just gonna hypnotize them.
Wait, really?
They're literally just gonna do it.
Throwing what you didn't hear about the part about hypnotism? You listened to that whole thing, you didn't hear the hypnotism.
Oh, good.
He's hypnotized, and then I wonder if the Navy's actually gonna show up here.
I don't know.
Powerful hypnotism for just counting to 2 and then saying his
I
name.
didn't mean to kill him. No one will believe him.
Right. You didn't even check his pulse. Yet you're the man of 1,000 plans, manipulating all the details. The tree that he always hangs out in. This is so intense. No! No! Whoa.
New effect.
Crazy effect. What do you think of that one?
I was gonna ask you the same question.
Wait, you didn't like that episode? You only
No.
you only ever ask me when you don't like it.
No, I'm just trying to switch it up.
Okay. I liked it. It's again a lot of different details, the hypnotism, the different character, completely new guy. It's funny that he's just like, I mean, the fact that he's just moonwalking through town is ridiculous, but it's funny that he's introduced ambiguously and we don't know what his deal is, and then it all kind of comes together in the end. I like that. I like that I love, like you mentioned it, how not obviously evil he is. Like, he's not obviously evil, which is not what I expected. In the live action, they're obviously assuming that a lot of people know the story, and then, you know, he's gonna be evil very quickly, so they just like breeze past it. In this, they really play up, and also his design doesn't look like an evil guy.
Yeah.
He looks like a doting butler, very serious character, you know, that, you know, takes his job seriously and really loves Kaya. He doesn't look like stereotypical. He doesn't have a big, like, crazy mustache. Something about the guy in the live action, it was also his performance, but also just he exuded like a sketchiness. This guy, something about the tone of his voice when he's talking to Kaya, the way that he's drawn his facial expressions make him seem very sympathetic and not evil, but he is obviously, but it's just I didn't, you know, I really like the way that they did it here, that it is a little bit of a reveal. It's nothing too crazy,
well,
obviously,
I was gonna say it's interesting because there was so much that made him not seem evil, and then the like reveal of him being evil was kind of like abrupt and a little bit anticlimactic. I don't know if that was just because I already knew it was coming.
It's probably because you already knew it was coming.
But it just, like, it was just like, oh, and then we're gonna kill her. You know what I mean? Instead of, like, I don't know, I guess, I think, like, part of, in the live action, what like really raised the tension for me, and that might be coming in the next couple episodes, is where like we kind of feel like something is not right here, but the characters don't. So there's that like, no, don't trust this guy, but they like keep trusting him, and then it's you know, I feel like that's where a lot of it comes from, instead of like. But then here you have kind of the opposite, where you're like explicitly trusting this guy, and then he just like pulls the rug out from under you and is like.
We also learned a lot more about Kaya, about the house, about, you know, we had dinner with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the other thing, and it kind of
they dressed up for dinner.
A world. It kind of expanded a bit longer instead of getting the kids saying like, "Oh, she's so sad ever since her parent died. Even though she's rich, she's still sad." I liked in the live action how we kind of got to like see that instead of just be told it by the kids. Like, you know, Nami has the whole thing where she's just mad at her for being rich, and then Kaya's just like such a nice person that she kind of wins her over, you know?
I think either Usopp told us that while we were walking to the house, or it cut to a conversation between Kuro and Kaya where like, oh, ever since my parents died, you've taken such good care of me or something. That's how we learned all that information. Mm-hmm. So it was more, it was still telling technically, but it was showing still because it was in dialogue with the characters.
And it was like building,
not just exposition from these outside characters who are just filling us in on the whole thing. You know, we got immersed in the whole thing, and then as it went on, more things were revealed to us. So there's trade-offs in this. I think that it could have obviously been done a little bit better with some foresight and planning. And with some, you know, knowledge of showing versus telling or whatever, if they chose to go that route. But again, as far as the adaptation goes, I really like really like Kuro as a villain in this one a little bit more. The fact that he's really pulling off the character that he's playing, you know, makes him more intimidating, like in a way that the other villains in this were kind of more menacing, like Morgan and whatever. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it's definitely
they're
different.
Their role and what they're doing is more believable in the world, not just as a consequence of the story needs to be told in this way, which is what a lot of the live action was about. Again, because, you know, they had we praised the live action a lot about like having all the context. But they know that we have all the context too, or that most people, or that a lot of people have all the context, so they don't try and hide it from you. Like, they don't try and make it a little mystery or a little anything. They kind of just like upfront fully foreshadow everything that's going to happen, and then instead of working off of what's going on and like trying to figure things out, instead you know what's happening, and the tension comes from that of waiting for the shoe to drop kind of thing. It's a different writing style, but I really prefer the, you know, when we're presented a character and the way that they're behaving, it's not we're not dealing with like, you know, I don't know. It's just it's really interesting to have characters that are supposed to be menacing and are believably menacing, supposed to be sneaky and are actually, you know, deceitful and really play the part well. Yeah. You know, instead of just, oh, this is the character archetype of the evil guy who's like poisoning. You know, he could have been just the transparent archetype that we saw in the live action, but in this, they believably portrayed his character and believably portrayed that he was. You know, that he was attached to Kaya and that he loved her and cared about her and stuff like that. I would have believed that if I didn't already know that he was a bad guy. So, props to that. And I like Kaya in this.
Yeah. I
this
think
Django guy's funny.
Obviously, Kaya, I think, is much more likable in the live action just because we get to see more of her and, you know, interacting with multiple different characters and seeing different sides of her personality, and, you know, a lot of the person that she really is. In here, we've seen like her laughing with Usopp, and then her like getting mad because she can't see anyone, and like getting a little bit upset about that, and that flashback of her as like a kid. But
she's way more. She comes off way more put together in the live action. Like in this, she's very like a damsel in distress, one-dimensional, like kind of like pouty girl to like giggling schoolgirl, like one or the other.
And yeah, I do think that was one thing that I really liked about the live action version of her is I felt like she's a real person, with like multiple sides to her, and like she has these problems and she has a lot of privilege and she's really aware of that, and she really wants to be around other people, and it still believes that, like, you know, these people that are poisoning her care about her. She really believes that, and she still wants to, you know, break away from that and see Usopp outside of it, but it's not so much just like screaming and crying about it. I did like that because it made her feel like a lady, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like she had a little bit more agency, and she wasn't. But again, like I think it works better for a live action setting, and for this, like they could make her more of a character. But I think that the whole point of Usopp and his setup, like we kind of talked about, is that it's very fairy tale-esque. It's very, he's the the young aspiring warrior, and he's trying to defend the town, and he is in love with the princess, and there's a vampire that's like taking control of the keeping her in the castle, this dragon that he needs to slay, and he'll rescue her and then get a big reward or whatever, and that's the whole thing. And
it would have been so funny, because like the pirates are like, oh, we've been chilling off the coast for a while. What would have been so incredibly funny if Usopp like every morning was up before everyone else, so they would they like went in, and then as soon as they saw him leave, they like left, and he like wasn't lying at all the entire time, but people, and that was part of the plan the whole time of like
ruin his credibility.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
That would have been good.
Turns out they didn't even need to.
No, they didn't need to. But that would have been really funny as like an alternate version of the thing where like he was telling the truth and he completely 100% believed it, but then he was getting gaslit by the pirates and the town into thinking that it wasn't real.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Check out Patreon to get the next episodes right now. Hope you enjoyed. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
See you next one. Bye-bye.